Hey guys, welcome to the latest battle report for Geeks 40k channel. Today we are doing Contact Lost, which is a Maelstrom of War mission. So there's 6 objectives on this board. You take one objective deck at the turn 1, and then you get 1 for each objective that you're holding. So we have got number 2 down here in one of the ruined Administratum buildings. We have number 6 in the middle of the board on the Aquila. Number 3 is over the ruin at the back of the chapel over here. Number 1 is on the other side of the ruined chapel over this side. Number 4 is round the back of the manufacturing building over there. And number 6 finally is in this destroyed building here. So today, obviously, we've got Blood Angels versus Chaos Space Marines, and as I'm the Chaos Space Marine player, death to the False Emperor.
So this is the HQ choice. I am going with the Baal Strike Force formation from the Blood Angels Codex. It's a Mastery Level 2 Librarian Dreadnought. I've rolled all of his abilities from the Sanguinary discipline. So he's got the Quickening as his Primaris, Shield of Sanguinius, which can give a 5+ invuln, and Fear of the Darkness, which I can cast on an enemy unit within 12 inches, and they must immediately take a morale check at -2 leadership. Warlord trait that he got is Sanguinius Speed, which basically pluses 1 to his initiative, so he's now initiative 5 base, so he's quite tasty in combat now. My second HQ choice is a Sanguinary Priest with a Jump Pack and Power Fist. First troops choice is a 5-man tactical squad. They're led by a veteran sergeant with Combi Grav and Power Fist, and there's a heavy flamer in the squad. Second troop choice is another 5-man tactical squad. What you see is what you get. Sergeant has just got a bolt pistol and a close combat, bolt gun and close combat weapon, and there's a grav gun in that squad too. First elite choice is Death Company, all with jump packs. There's a Thunder Hammer, a Power Fist, and a Power Sword in the squad. Second elite choice is Death Company Dreadnought. It's got a heavy flamer and melter gun and the Magna Grapples, and it's got the blood talons as well. Third elite choice is a Terminator Assault Squad, all with Thunderhammer and Storm Shields. The Terminators have taken a Land Raider Redeemer with a multi-melter upgrade as their dedicated transport. Fast attack choice for Blood Angels is a 10-man assault squad. The sergeant just has a normal power weapon and a combat shield, and there is a melter gun in that squad. Second fast attack choice is another assault squad, this time just a 5-man. The sergeant has a power sword. First heavy support choice is a Storm Raven with assault cannons and multi-melter. And my second heavy support is the Fire Raptor with the heavy bolter sponsons, and that's the last unit in my army.
First HQ choice for the Chaos Space Marines today is Khan the Betrayer. Second HQ choice is Lucius the Eternal. So if any of the Blood Angels do manage to kill this guy off, they're going to get a really painful evening as they slowly turn into him. Final HQ choice for today and Warlord for the Chaos Space Marine army is my Demon Prince. This guy's equipped with wings. He's also got the Axe of Blind Fury and the Aura of the Dark Glory. Warlord trait for this guy today is Hatred Incarnate. First, the troop choices today, we've got a normal Chaos Space Marine squad. There is a Melt Gun in here, an Aspiring Champion with a Plasma Pistol and a Power Fist. We've also got a Mark of Khorne icon, and they're going to be running around the battlefield in their Rhino. Second of the troop choices today are 9 Khorne Berserkers. So these guys are going to be running around with Khan the Betrayer, hopefully causing some problems, and hopefully get them nails in the back of their skulls buzzing with all the death they're causing. Elite choice for today, I've gone for a full 8-man squad of 1,000 Suns, so I do have a Psyker in here. First heavy support choice today is a Land Raider, so the Khorne Berserkers and Khan the Betrayer are going to be rolling around in this one. Second of the heavy support choices today is a Defiler, Auto Reaper Cannon, Battle Cannon, then he's also got the Demon Whip thing. Third heavy support for today is a second Defiler, exactly the same spec as the last one. Final choice for today is a Hell Drake fast attack choice with a Bell Flamer. Chaos Space Marine deployment. Got the Land Raider over this side of the board here. That's got the Khorne Berserkers in and Khan the Betrayer, so face down against what looks like 2 Dreadnoughts and some other lovely Blood Angels. One of the Defilers is here overlooking the Aquila in the middle of the board. The Rhino that holds the normal Chaos Space Marines and Lucis the Eternal is also looking out over the Aquila. Thousand Suns and the second Defiler are by the ruined chapel, so we've got objective 3 and 1 that we can go for there. And finally we have got the Demon Prince, which is inside the ruined chapel, ready to pounce on any Blood Angels that get too far. The Helldrake is starting in reserve.
Okay, Blood Angels deployment. We've got 5 tactical marines just holding this objective. There's the grav gun in that squad there. The assault marines are also deployed with the sanguinary priest behind that building, looking to sort of jump over, take that space there. 2 dreadnoughts are in the middle. Not too sure which way to go with those yet. I'll just have to sort of react. The other 5-man tactical squad is holding that centre ruin. Terminators are deployed in the Land Raider, which is on this flank, and the Death Company are right on the far flank here. And in reserve I have the Storm Raven, which has got 5 assault marines in, and the Fire Raptor.
Okay, Chaos Movement turn 1. The tactical objective card I pulled out was take objective 3, which is over by the chapel. So my Chaos Land Raider has moved back and round a little bit. It's going to just try and sweep around this side of the board. The first Defiler has moved up into the middle. Not a bad line of sight onto these guys here, or the Dreadnought there. The Rhino has moved forward 6 inches. Okay, the second Defiler has moved up 6 inches. The Thousand Suns have moved round towards the chapel to try and get objective 3, which is my tactical objective. And the Demon Prince has taken off and has flown forward 24 inches. Hopefully he'll be able to go into glide and assault something over that side next turn. Chaos shooting turn 1. This Defiler here opened fire on the tactical squad that was in the opposite building, killing the 2 guys on the top floor, so that was with its battle cannon. The Reaper auto cannon didn't really do anything. This Defiler here opened up with its battle cannon onto the Land Raider. I was kind of hoping it was going to scatter off to the side and hit the tactical squad, but it didn't. It actually hit the Land Raider. So I needed a 6 to glance and I rolled a 1, that's always helpful.
Blood Angels turn 1 movement. The assault squad has jumped up and over this building. It's landed there. The melter gun is within 12 inches of the Defiler there, so hopefully get a lucky shot on that. Tactical squad just held still, holding that objective. The 2 dreadnoughts have just moved up, just taking cover behind that building. Again, still waiting for an opportunity really. This squad is just holding that ruin still. The Land Raider has pushed up 6 inches, and the Death Company have moved up just in front of objective number 3. Hopefully might be able to get a charge off on the Defiler with some power fists and thunder hammers. My tactical objective was swift advance, which basically my opponent chooses 2 objectives. If I hold 1, then I get a victory point. If I hold both, I get D3 victory points. So Richard has chosen this one, which is objective number 1, and this one here, right in the middle, objective number 6. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 1 shooting, pretty uneventful. The Death Company got nothing really that they could shoot at that they're in range of. The Land Raider managed to rend the Defiler, managed to get a penetrating hit, but Demon Save saved him there. Tactical Squad, nothing in range of the 2 Dreadnoughts here. The Assault Squad jumped up, the Melter Gun on the end there is in range to get the Defiler, but rolled a 2. So complete fail there on all shooting. Let's see if we can get any assaults off. So the Blood Angel Psychic phase, the Librarians casts Shield of Sanguinius on the Assault Squad there, so they have a 5+ in vulnerable save. Didn't get any other spells off. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 1 assault, it's gone very well for me. The Death Company charged forward into the Defiler, stuck a few crack grenades on it but didn't do anything, but then took 2 casualties from the Defiler, and then the Power Fist and the Thunder Hammer caused I think it was 4 penetrating hits, which he didn't manage to demon save. It did explode and took out one of the 1,000 Suns in the explosion. So that kill on the Defiler means that I've scored first blood.
Chaos Space Marine movement turn 2. The 1,000 Suns have moved round. They're going to try and Inferno bolt them Death Company to death. The Rhino has moved round here. The Chaos Space Marines and Lucy's Eternal have jumped out, so holding that objective marker. The Defiler has moved round to this side, moved up 6 inches right towards the Assault Squad. Land Raiders move forward 6. My Helldrake is on and within Bernie range for the Marines. And finally the Demon Prince has entered Glide, so he can enter Assault. Chaos Space Marine shooting turn 2. The 1,000 Suns down here opened fire on the Death Company, killing 2. Over this side of the board, the Defiler opened fire with its Auto Reaper and its battle cannon, killing 1 because Robin's dice rolling was, from my point of view, appalling and saved pretty much all of them. The Bale Flamer, which normally would toast Marines, again Robin with his Las Vegas dice saved pretty much all of them and only killed 1. Like I was saying, with his dice rolling, because he had the Shield of Sanguinius on, which gave him a 5+ invuln save, he managed to save 4 of them. Assault phase, you might notice the lack of a Defiler. As he ran into Assault, Robin managed to get a snapshot off with his melt gun. He then penetrated and rolled a 6, and it blew up and didn't actually hurt any of the Blood Angels. Okay, Demon Prince made it into combat and managed to take off 1 hull point. Yeah, that combat was a little bit messy, so he lost a Defiler and only took 1 hull point off this Land Raider, so it's over to Robin.
The Assault Marines have jumped up into that gap, hoping to pop open the Land Raider so we can see how much of a man Khan is and his squad, see who truly is the best when it comes down to close combat, Khorne or the Blood Angels. The Death Company Dreadnought smashed through the ruins and is going to be looking at taking on these Chaos Marines with Lucius in that squad there. The Librarian Dreadnought has moved, so he's within 12 of this squad, so he can cast any beneficial abilities if he needs to. Over the other side, the Land Raider has just pivoted on the spot and the Terminators have got out and they've got a nice Demon Prince in front of them. Unfortunately, my reserves, neither of my Storm Raven or my Fire Raptor came on this turn. The Grav here took a few snapshots at the Hell Turkey, unfortunately missed. Fortunately my plan didn't come to fruition there. The melter he missed as well, so I suppose that's payback. He did just snapshot a Defiler to death, so we'll let him off. Over in this corner, the Land Raider opened up everything, took 2 wounds off the Demon Prince, and then the tactical squad nearly insulted him by killing him with bolters, which would have been really nice. This squad charged the Land Raider. It was only the Sanguinary priest with his power fist that could do anything. Managed to take 2 hull points off, and it's actually immobilised. Death Company guy with a thunder hammer charged into this squad. Didn't take any wounds, but managed to squash 1 guy with his thunder hammer. And the Terminators have managed to score Warlord kill, getting rid of the Demon Prince, and they've just consolidated round. So my tactical objectives on this turn were noble self-sacrifice, which is basically if my Warlord gets killed in a challenge I get a point, so obviously I didn't get that this turn. But I do score a point for having 3 units within my deployment zone for Hold the Line.
The Helldrake has moved round. He's hopefully going to flame the tactical squad there on that objective. With the Land Raider being immobilised, the Berserkers and Khan have got no option but to step out and take on the Assault Marines there. There's a lot of red there, it's going to get confusing whose is whose. The Lucius the Eternal and the normal Chaos Space Marines have moved forward a little bit, and so is the Rhino, so they can get some shots off at these guys here, and then the Thousand Suns obviously haven't moved because they're locked in combat. Psychic Phase, the Chaos Space Marines, the Aspiring Sorcerer in the Thousand Suns managed to get Force off, so it might help in the close combat. Chaos Space Marine shooting. The Bale Flamer from the Helldrake torched 4 of the tactical squad down here, so there's just the Sergeant left on his own. Over this side of the board, the Khorne Berserkers, the Land Raider, and the normal Space Marines, or Chaos Space Marines that are just up there, open fire on the Assault Marines, killing off 4. Robin managed to knock out all of them off his for his Apothecary there, which is a little bit annoying. Assault turn. Okay, first part of Assault down this side of the board. The Khorne Berserkers ran into the Assault Marines, killing 2, but lost 2 in the process. So the Sanguinary Priest is still alive. Robin challenged with his Sergeant, with Khan the Betrayer, and Khan managed to hit him a lot, but again Robin with his lucky dice rolls managed to save them all, and Khan took a wound. Over this side of the board, the Thousand Suns we're still in combat with the Death Company. The actual Thousand Suns didn't do anything, but luckily Force had gone off during my Psychic Phase, and that killed him.
The Terminators have jumped back in the Land Raider that's moved up 6 inches to get some nice lines of fire on those Thousand Suns there. The Tactical Marine Veteran Sergeant has just stayed put. He's going to pop his Grav and try and get some lucky immobilised results on this. Librarian Dreadnought has moved 6 just to take up the centre there so he can buff whoever he needs to buff. Storm Raven's on and is looking at Lucius. So is the Death Company Dreadnought, and everything else is locked in combat down here. The tactical squad here have taken a pot shot at the Defiler, managed to get a hit but didn't score a 6 as I needed. However, this guy popped his Grav, scored a hit, scored a immobilised result on it with a 6, but unfortunately it was jinked. But fortunately he won't be able to fire his Flamer next turn. More shooting round here. The Storm Raven and the Dreadnought shot into that squad, there and took out, I think it was 4 guys. The Storm Raven and the Death Company Dreadnought shot into this blob squad here. Only managed to kill 2 of them despite getting a number of hits, but I don't suppose I should complain because I've been rolling some very high armour saves this entire game, so I'll let Rich have that one. On the other side of the table, the Land Raider shot its multi-melter and its assault cannon into the Thousand Suns and took out 3 of those. So that was it for shooting, so on to assault now. The Death Company Dreadnoughts assaulted this squad because he had the quickening on him, rage, and he charged into combat. He actually had 8 attacks on the charge, however only managed to hit twice, so obviously chopped up 2 of them, but that combat is going on. The only guy in that combat that can actually do damage to him really is the champion, and he missed everything, so yeah, that combat is carrying on there. Down here, the Blood Angels were just sort of overwhelmed. There was only the 2 of them alive. Now Richard says that's answered the question, but I'd like to point out that he did shoot probably 70% of that squad before he assaulted them, so hasn't really answered the question for me. But Richard's
Berserkers are better in combat. We've just answered the question.
Yeah, if they outnumber their opponent, so yeah. But I think that argument's going to go on for some time. So the tactical objective I pulled out this turn was harness the warp, and the librarian managed to do that by getting the quickening and sanguinian shield on the Death Company Dreadnought. So that's another victory point scored for the Blood Angels.
The Thousand Suns have backed up onto Objective 1, which is one of my mission cards, so that'll be some victory points at the end of this turn. The Helldrake has flown over the top of the Land Raider, and we'll see if Vector Strike can actually do anything. The Rhino has left Lucius and the guys behind and is heading towards Objective Marker 6. And finally, Khan and the guys have kind of stayed still because they're looking at getting Objective 5. Boon table results after killing off the Sergeant. I rolled a 31, so it's +1 initiative for Khan. So it'll be initiative 6 next time he gets into combat. Brace yourself, this was amazing. Basically, the Rhino opened fire on the one remaining tactical guy down there and missed. The las cannon from the Land Raider opened up at the fire and missed. And Vector Strike at strength 7 can't do anything to the Land Raider. Basically I lost 4 guys in combat there. The guy with the power fist went to hit him back and didn't penetrate his armour. End of the Chaos Space Marine turn. I've got a victory point for holding Objective 1, which is one of my tactical objectives.
The Librarian Dreadnought has moved up into the building complex and is looking to charge Khan and his unit in there. The Tactical Marines have shuffled round on the building to get a few shots off again at Khan's unit. The Fire Raptor has come on automatically and is looking to shoot down the Helldrake. Land Raiders moved round to the left. The Terminators have gone out and they're securing the objective there, which is one that Richard nominated for me to get for my swift advance, so I've scored that one. The Storm Raven has dropped into hover mode, swung to the rear of the Land Raider, and the assault squad that was in it have got out as well to support that little assault that's hopefully going to kick off. Land Raider has taken a few shots at the Rhino there, taken a couple of hull points off it. The Fire Raptor shot at the back of the Helldrake, only took one glance, managed to jink everything that was fired at it. Over here, slightly more successful. The Assault Marines, the Dreadnought the Tactical Marines and the Storm Raven all shot into the Berserkers and thinned them down to the last remaining 3. Khan's still in that squad, and the Storm Raven managed to destroy the Land Raider. That blew up and took out one of the Assault Marines. Right, turn 4, assault for the Blood Angels. The Terminators charged into the Rhino, destroyed it, but lost one of their number in return because of the explosion. The Death Company Dreadnought killed the champion, but Lucius managed to make his invuln save, so he's still there. Around here though, you can see that all the Berserkers and Khan are dead. Khan challenged, accepted with a sergeant. The sergeant actually managed to score 2 hits and 2 wounds on him with his power weapon. Richard managed to fail both invulnerable saves, so Khan was taken down by a humble sergeant, and the Librarian Dreadnought came in and mopped up the rest of the Berserkers. So as you can see, at the end of that turn, there's only Lucius the Eternal, the Thousand Suns in that corner, and the Helldrake. So we've decided to call it. So that's a Blood Angels victory.